Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today I'm going to show you how you can look at your Qimen Dunjia Destiny Chart and identify the keys to financial abundance. Um, this is always important, of course, especially when we're struggling with how we should strive for financial abundance and what we need to do to achieve this. And at least we have the tool of Qimen Dunjia to give us a little bit of a hint or some guidance as to what we need to do to get on the right path. So the first thing we need to do, as always, is to plot the Qimen Dunjia Destiny Chart. You can go to the link that you see here on the screen, and I'll also, of course, post it in the description to the video. Now, what's important with destiny charts in Qimen Dunjia is that you must have your time of birth. So without time of birth, yes, you will still be able to plot the chart, but you're not going to get the correct one. So make sure that you know your time of birth, and then you will get a chart that looks a little bit like this. It may slightly vary from person to person, of course, because we're all different, but this is essentially what the destiny chart looks like. And the palace that we are going to focus on for this particular analysis is the one that says Destiny Palace. You will see somewhere in your chart, there's a box with a with this red highlighted box in it, and this is your destiny palace, your destiny box. This is the one that we are focusing on, and specifically we are looking at this component here. That's the star. So this is always in the top center of your destiny palace. So you can check what you have there. You can have heart, grass, ambassador, destructor, assistant, hero, grain, or pillar. Yeah, one of those will be in your destiny palace. And our long-term goals and our long-term abundance are determined by the star you have in your destiny palace. So we're talking about long term. This is not something you do this once and then tomorrow you're going to be financially abundant. It's something that you should be doing consistently. And whatever you do in life, wherever you are in life right now, you should try to get into a position where you can achieve this goal or at least get on track. Very often there may be other factors, of course, in our lives going on that do not allow us to achieve this goal 100%. But as long as you're getting on the right track and maybe doing something on the side as a hobby or, whenever you've got some free time that resonates with this particular star, financial abundance will enter your life. All right. Now let's take a look and see what all these stars actually mean. So we start with the grass star. Where do we have it here? So in this particular chart, it's in the south. So if you have the grass star in your destiny palace, and that palace can be anywhere, yeah? If you have the grass star in your destiny palace, then essentially you're someone who subconsciously, whether you are aware of this or not, yeah, but you don't really want to follow the rules. You don't like to be told what to do. And people who have the grass star in the destiny palace, usually they don't like to be controlled. Yeah, they don't like to work in an environment that is overly regimented and limited. They usually have their own ideas. They are quite creative, and they also have a strong entrepreneurial streak. They're good at doing business. And so for people with the grass star, it's important that at some point in their life, they do something that is just their own. Yeah, you may still be in an employment situation, which is perfectly fine, but maybe develop something that is just yours, like a small business or like a side gig that brings in extra income. Also, people with the grass star, they like to own things. So whether that is assets or whether that is an own business, it doesn't really matter. But owning things gives them some sort of fulfillment. So it all needs to sort of like lead up to that. Even as I said, if you're employed, you can still own your own business on the side. And that in and of itself will bring you the feeling of financial abundance. right? Financial abundance is defined in many, many different ways. Everyone has a different way of defining it. So for you, financial abundance is achieved as the moment you're actually doing something on your own, whether that's full-time or whether that's part-time as a side gig, or once you own things, maybe a house or assets or whatever it is. Yeah, owning things is important. Now, the next one we look at is the grain star. It looks like this. So if you have this in your Destiny Palace, we're looking at someone who's quite financially savvy already, but they sort of lack the fighting or entrepreneurial spirit and the adrenaline that the grass star has. So they're not very aggressive. They are a little bit slower, but that doesn't mean that they can't get financially abundant. Yeah, Warren Buffett has the grain star in his Destiny Palace, and he's super wealthy. So just because you are not that aggressive as, or not as aggressive as the grass, doesn't mean that you cannot become wealthy or financially abundant. So they're not necessarily the creative type. They just do things slowly and steadily, consistently, and that will bring them success, financial success. They're sort of looking at whatever makes money, and they will then either buy that product or that gap in the market even, or they just do the same thing. They tend to use, or they tend to own at some point a lot of assets. So ownership is also very important. And the grain star people, they're also great teachers and speakers. Yeah, not necessarily inspirational ones, but they make very, very good advisors because they're very strategic, and they always have a long-term plan. So if you have the grain star in your Destiny Palace, make sure that you have a long-term plan. So not short-term, obviously, it's not going to appeal to you anyway. And then just look at what is already successful in the market. Can you replicate that? Maybe make it slightly better. You don't need to reinvent the wheel, yeah? Just look at what is making money. Can you do the same? Can you do it slightly differently, slightly better? Then go ahead and do that. Now, the next up is the Destructor. So here we've got this one. So if you have this in your Destiny Palace, the path to financial abundance for those with the Destructor in the Destiny Palace is one where you need to be doing unconventional things. If you are in an unconventional industry or an unconventional profession, then you're really coming into your own. If you're doing the same thing everyone else is doing, you feel off. You just don't feel that great, and you get really, really bored very, very quickly. Not to say that you can't do it, but it's just not going to inspire you to greatness at all. So you are meant to do something that is different. You could disrupt an industry, like Airbnb disrupted the hospitality industry. Now, you don't have to do it on a big scale like that. Small steps are also working, of course. As long as it's unconventional, you're on the right path. Don't do what everyone else is doing, yeah? And if people tell you you're crazy because you need to be a little bit more in alignment with everyone else, don't listen, because it will not work for you. Yeah, you need to think outside the box, and then you need to own that decision. You need to own the fact that you are doing things differently, and that your life is probably a little bit more disruptive than other people's lives, but it will work for you, not for other people. All right. So don't try to become, just like a regular professional, like, an accountant or bank clerk. That will bore you to death. Yeah, so do something slightly different. Then the next one, we've got the assistant star. So here we've got that one. So if you have that one in your Destiny Palace, you make a great teacher and you make a good speaker. And these people are usually very, very inquisitive, very curious, They like to research things down to the smallest detail, and they like to read up on things. They like to visit museums and libraries and study things, yeah? So they're actually very good at historians because they just like to dig in and learn everything about a particular subject matter. And the key here is that they like to share their knowledge. So they're full of wisdom and they've got a lot of knowledge and wisdom to share. So the key to financial abundance is to actually make that happen. Share your wisdom, share what you know. Even if you think you don't know enough, trust me, you already know much, much more than most people around you. Just share that knowledge. They are good at remembering details. And really they should become educators. And that's not just to say, you're a teacher in a primary school or whatever, and you're teaching children. You could be a coach. You could be a trainer in a big corporate environment, and just become a trainer there, like in-house trainer, for example. Whatever you're doing, whatever position you're in, whatever industry you're in, make sure that you become one who educates those around you on a particular subject matter, and make sure that you help people understand what they need to understand for the industry. Yeah, they're also very, very good consultants because of that. So anything that helps with education is great. And again, doesn't just mean that you become a teacher in a school. Coaching is also an option. Consulting is also an option, and it doesn't even have to be full-time. Yeah, you can do this on the side. Now, next up, we've got the heart star. So it looks like this. So if you have this in your Destiny Palace, you tend to be a bit of a perfectionist, yeah? They, similar to the assistant star, they like to become subject matter experts, yeah? And they really, really, really like to know everything about a particular subject matter. So they become super specialized usually, and that's what helps them become financially abundant. So, a very, very specialized doctor, for example, or a very specialized engineer, or a lawyer who specializes in one very, very niche area of the legal industry, or tech consultants or whatever. So you have to become known as an expert in a very, very specialized field. Always choose the opportunities that give you a specialization. So whenever you are faced with a decision that pertains to your career or your work environment or your industry, always choose the one where you learn a little bit more about the subject matter that you're already really good at, rather than just becoming comfortable and complacent. And with that specialized expertise, you can then make a lot of money. Now, the next one, we've got the pillar. Here, we've got the pillar in the Destiny Palace for this particular person. Now, people who have the pillar in the Destiny Palace, they must speak. No matter whether they like it or not, go take a public speaking class and learn to speak in front of people. They must learn to become storytellers and how to talk to people, how to relate to people, how to teach people in a story form. If you take the opportunity to speak in front of people and share stories, you can influence people and make other people feel happy, and that will open up opportunities for you. Most people who have the pillar in the Destiny Palace, they will end up doing something that uses their voice. Yeah, maybe a singer or an author, or a public speaker, an inspirational speaker, whatever it is, or a teacher even. A lot of KOLs, key opinion leaders on the internet, they have this pillar in their Destiny Palace. Yeah, if you want to become a podcaster and you have the pillar in your Destiny Palace, that also syncs very nicely with your chart. So teaching is possible, although they're not natural teachers. They're not, pillar people are not the ones who put the material together. They just take the material and then they teach it, right? So you're not the one who puts the whole thing together. You're good at presenting whatever the material is, But if you have that set up, then you can become a successful teacher as well. So anything that uses your voice, make use of it. Now then we've got the ambassador star. So here, if you have the ambassador star in your personal destiny palace, you need to become financially savvy. People with the ambassador star in the destiny palace, they are generally good at asset management and financial management. They are they thrive once they become financially savvy and financially literate. So this is something you will have to learn in order to become financially abundant. Whether you like numbers or not, whether you like learning about money and finances, doesn't even matter. But if you have the ambassador in your destiny palace, usually that resonates with you anyway. Also, make sure that you learn about how to manage people. Learn leadership skills. And don't become a follower. You actually need to become a leader in whatever field you are. Even if you're just a mid-manager, that's fine. Just don't stay complacent and stay at the bottom of your industry or your profession. You need to upskill and learn how to lead others. Usually ambassador people, they strive to be above average. Yeah, they're not happy if they're just the same as everyone else. They cannot be mediocre. They don't like to be mediocre. They don't like the status quo. They always want to better themselves. So the moment you get into a C-suite role or some sort of management role, doors will open for you. So try to make that happen. And then lastly, we've got the hero star. Here we go. Having this in your destiny palace means that you're really, really good at attracting attention, and this is what you need to learn. So you need to get out of your comfort zone. Whether you like to be in front of people or not, doesn't matter. You have to do it if your ultimate goal is financial abundance. Usually, the moment hero star people appear in a crowd, everyone just wants to talk to them and listen to them. They are very, very often public figures, or they are people who everyone knows about. They make great activists. They make great brand ambassadors. A lot of them are social butterflies anyway. And so you really, really need to lean into that tendency. They like to carry a message for others, and they like to stand up for a particular cause. So if you can do that, if you can lean into that, if you can make that happen, then doors will open for you. And do something that has the ability or has the potential to impact more than just one person. So it's not like a one-to-one sort of situation. It's the more people you can influence or impact through your presence, through your words, through what you're doing, the better for you, and the more doors will open for you. All right. So this is what your destiny chart reveals about how you can achieve financial abundance. Now, again, you don't need to do this full time. If you already have a job, if you already have a career and you're like, oh my God, now I need to completely revisit my life and do something totally different. Not necessarily. Just try to integrate these aspects into your current professional situation or your life situation. And that in and of itself will already put you on the right path. All right. So I hope this helped you guys. If you have any questions, any comments, please put them in the comment section below, or you can just contact me directly. My email address is in the description to the video. And as always, I'd be really grateful if you give this video a big thumbs up, if you share it with anybody who may be interested, and please subscribe to my channel so we can grow this community. See you guys soon. Take care.